we have our reporter Kahuto Chishi, and we will be speaking to him now. Kahuto, can you hear me right now?
Yes. We are currently here in Kushabil, and this particular polling booth comes under Dmr-Iii Assembly constituency. Well, I just spoke to the polling booth officer, and he's given me a general view of how the voting process has been taking place. Well, as of now, this particular booth has about 1,100 votes, 1,100 plus votes, and up to now about 400 votes have been casted as of now. But what is the other point of interest in this particular constituency is that there has been some commotion that has been reported from this particular polling booth. When Hornbill TV got in touch with the intending candidate, independent candidate, Kahuto, when Hornbill TV spoke to him, he clarified his stance, and this is what happened according to him, and that is quoting Sir Kahuto himself. Well, it seems what had happened is his polling agents had given him information that out here that GB of Kushabil had taken out a village council order in which the head of the family would cast the vote for the entire family, citing that, and the reason for which being that this would avoid rush. When independent candidate Kahuto came to know about this, he entered the polling booth because under the jurisdiction lawfully, and then he went forward and met the presiding officer of the booth and requested him that the village council order was actually against the law and that an FIR should be filed. And then after which there was a small altercation in which some GBs had come, but then now the officials here, the SDO, the DCP had come to meet independent candidate GB Kahuto, and then they have informed him that up to that point of time only about 7% of votes had been cast, and that for the 93% rest, to make it 100, that would go fair. But GB Kahuto's only question was, how can a village council decide who gets to vote for whom? So, as it is a basic rule that each one has one vote, so village council ultimatum, or like the order that they had given out in which only the head of the family would vote for all members of the family, GB Kahuto actually wanted to go against that statement, and he himself has stated that he had asked the presiding officer and also the senior officers that had come, the SDO civil, all the other officers that had come, that an FIR should be filed against the VC order that stated that only the head of office, head of the family should be voting. But as of now, as you can see, when I spoke to the police forces here, they have told me that the voting is going on peacefully, and that apart from that particular incident, the rest is going on according to how it should be going, and that you can also see the people here lined up. Like the polling officer said, this particular polling booth has got a voting count of about 1,100 plus votes, and at the moment around 400, so basically around 25%, 20 to 25% of voting turnout has come out, and we've got the rest of the to actually the people. So now reporting from all the other constituencies that I have been today, I think this is the first polling booth, or rather first assembly constituency where there has been a little commotion in which there were rumors going out that independent candidate GB Kahuto was kept in custody by the police. But when Hornbill TV spoke to GB Kahuto, he completely refuted the claim, saying that he has not been in custody even for a minute, and that he's stationed at his office, and that wherever the polling agent, wherever his polling agents can see that there are some discrepancies and that some other methods are being used for voting, they report to him, after which the independent candidate comes to the particular location to make sure that the voting goes on free and fair and also peacefully. Independent candidate GB Kahuto, who's also been making waves as an independent candidate fighting against big loggerheads, the NDPP and BJP, an independent candidate, has always moved with the motto that this election should be, the mandate should be of the person, of the people themselves, and there should be no coercion, and that people should exercise their vote on their own and should not be coerced by any other party or leader into casting votes for that particular party. So we've missed the time where the commotion had happened, but as of now, there is peace and calm, and I think the polling is going on peacefully, and we can see that the security personnel have been beefed up from both the central side and also the state side. We can see the common armed paramilitary forces guarding the main gate there, and then you've got our own Naga battalion out here who are waiting here and making sure that this particular booth where the votes are taking place goes on peacefully, and that there is no more commotion and there is no more disturbance to this whole electoral process.
Thank you so much, Akivito. So you said
So
that...
that's the latest update.
Yes, Akivito, so
Yeah,
you,
yes, Polly, tell me.
you said that the GB of Kushabil had given orders for the head of the family to be voting for his entire family, right? So how was this matter taken care of?
Well, whatever statement came out from my mouth, I'm quoting directly from the independent candidate himself, who came himself to inspect the matter, in which he has clearly stated that the Kushabil Village Council, GB, had taken out a council order in which it had said that only the head of a family will be casting the vote for the whole family, and the reason for which the village council gave was that it would slow down the rush and there would not be too many people, it won't be congested. And that particular order, which independent GB Kahuto had seen, that was what he was against, and he said that was unconstitutional and that was against the law and that was liable to penalty according to the IPC. So this is why he had come here, to make sure that the polling process goes on without any interruption from the village council chairman nor anybody, and that the voting should be done on a personal basis, and that an individual should exercise his own adult franchisee and should not be coerced by any other leader or any other political party to cast in favor. So it should be on that particular individual's own mind and perspective.
Okay, thank you so much, Akivito, for this important...
And at the moment, what GB Kahuto also said was that he had requested the DCP to actually file an FIR against that particular village council order, which goes against the law. And so GB Kahuto has told Hornbill TV that he will pursue this matter further after the elections are over, and also maybe even request for a re-poll only for this or constituency, because GB Kahuto was also mentioning that this is not the only booth that was facing the same problem, but there was another booth in Purana Bazaar too that was facing the same problem. So this is where the commotion came, and all those rumors about the candidate being in custody by the police is completely false according to the candidate himself, GB Kahuto.